Hello there, dear friend. Thank you for making time to watch this. I pray that a few thoughts I'll share will be useful to you, especially as you make effort to lead yourself in the direction that you desire to go. Now, I'm recording this mid-March, and as you're aware, by the time you get to end of March, uh, we will have done one quarter of 2025. Um, there are books written about 90 days in the office, 100 days in the office, and so on and so forth, affirming that actually 90 days is a good time by which you should have accomplished some meaningful results. And so rather than recording or sharing this challenge at the end of the month, I'm sharing this ahead of time. And so I wonder whether you have spent some time to establish how your year is doing so far. Is a Bible verse tucked in somewhere uh, among the letters that Apostle Paul shares to his congregants, audience, and says, "Judge yourselves so that you may not be judged." Well, it's in the context of faith, but this is something that is applicable actually in all areas of our lives. That ideally, you should judge yourself so that you don't have to be judged by others, or even so that by the time they're judging you, you've already judged yourself and you've settled that matter. Now, if you think about it, you could judge yourself in three different perspectives, and then we can look at a few other real life practical examples. One, judge your thoughts. How are you thinking about yourself? Are you thinking right? Are you thinking positively? Are you thinking encouragingly? Because your thoughts will determine the direction that your life takes. The wise man says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And so judge your thoughts. Why? Because if you don't judge your thoughts, then they will direct you to act in a way that other people outside will see. And now we will judge you perhaps more harshly than you would have if you had judged yourself. The second aspect of your life that you ought to judge is your actions. What are you doing currently? Particularly because at the beginning of the year or of the season, most likely you had some ideas. So are you acting on this? And this is a very broad space, really, that you can look at. And I could share a few examples. If, for example, you had said that you'd read a book or you'd read books, how are you doing? If you had said that you're going to save some money, how are you doing? If you had said that you're going to work on your relationship with friends, family, how are you doing? I'm sure you must have come across a couple of statements that help to just emphasize on that nothing happens if nothing happens. Or a law that is common, particularly for those that are into physics, what's called the Newton's law of motion. And it says that an object will remain in the same place unless acted on by an external object, or it will remain moving at the same speed unless it's acted on by an external object. Meaning that unless you are able to act, then nothing will move. So consider judging yourself, judging your actions. So number one, you judge your thoughts. Number two, judge your actions. Judge your actions with respect to the thoughts that you had. But the other thing that you should judge about yourself is now the general direction of your life, or the general impact that your life is having. One way or another, you will exit. Perhaps it's an organization where you're working, or you exit a place that you could be volunteering. And of course, at the end of age, you will exit the world. So what impact are you having? Judge this. Would you say you're having a positive impact? Would you say that men and women would celebrate you? Would you say that your family would celebrate you? Would you say that your friends would celebrate you? And some of this you can judge, and you can give yourself a task of finding out from them directly, what impact am I having? So that then you are intentionally crafting a legacy, as we call it. Author Stephen R. Covey is very brutal in his to his audience. In Habit 2, that he says, begin with the end in mind, he actually challenges you and I to consider that we are at our funeral, and you have people gathered around, and they are speaking about you. So what would you want them to say? And the challenge that is that if you establish what you want them to say, then you begin to work on it now. And as you do, then you begin to work towards an end, not randomly, but one that you desire. So yes, if you judge yourself, then by the time the other people are judging you, it will be something that you already judged, and you've already settled it, and you've already acted upon it. And in my persuasion, dear friend, that is a way to go about. So as you consider, and so this is for this season, looking at the year that has started for a while, but this is also a general life principle, that you judge yourself so that you will not have to be judged by somebody else. Judge your thoughts. Consider how you're thinking and whether they are right, positive or otherwise. Judge your actions. Are they driving you in the direction that you want to go, or are they causing you more harm or stalling you? And finally, judge your overall direction and impact in life. Is it what you're looking for, or would you rather change some things? So that then we wouldn't have to come and judge you, because you'll have done the judgment by yourself and possibly made certain adjustments so that you align with your overall intentions in your life. Thank you for making time for this. Let's interact on the comment section, and also feel free to like and subscribe for more of such content. Thanks, and God bless.